All right, guys. Hello. As always, welcome back to Ultra Kellen Real Estate. As always, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Greatly appreciate it. So, somebody asked me the other day, how do you get renters? And so, the main way you get renters, at least for me, so I love Section 8. I've been a Section 8 landlord since 2010. So, not all my tenants, but the vast majority of my tenants from day one have always been Section 8. And as you guys know, especially since recently with COVID, having Section 8 tenants, it guarantees that you get paid. One of the best things ever. So the way Section 8 typically works is somebody who's in the program, they usually pay a portion of their rent. So if their rent is $1,000, maybe they pay $800, and then Section 8 comes back and they pay $200. So it's a great way to always guarantee that you'll get, if not all, at least majority of your rent. So there's a website called gosection8.com. And so I've been using that website at least for maybe about 4 or 5 years. You can also use Craigslist. You can also use a broker, somebody to help you get a tenant. But if you're like me and maybe you don't have that many properties and you're trying to save money and you still have the flexibility to do things yourself, I definitely recommend gosection8.com. So the way it works, if you pay for it, it's like anything else. It works a little bit better. So I think if I remember last time correctly, I used it for, I think, like a 3-month trial, and I paid maybe like $50 to $70, give or take. And so when you pay the money, it allows you to contact the tenants by getting their phone number and also their email address. So the way it would typically go is say, hey, I'm looking through all the list of tenants who are on there, gosection8.com, and basically it operates almost like a Craigslist for people who are exclusively, using Section 8 to get housing. So I would contact somebody, say, hey, my name is Mr. McFarland. I have a 2-unit property, 4-unit property. Are you still looking to move right now? And it already tells you how big their voucher is, and it tells you how much rent they were paying someplace else. And so that helps you get a good idea to whether or not they'll be a good candidate for you to rent from, or for them to rent from you. And so I've been using it, like I said, for 4 or 5 years, and it's worked out great for me. Definitely recommend it. And like anything else, I believe you should pay for it, because if you pay for it, that gives you their phone number and their email address. And basically, just treat it almost like a job for a day. To start calling some tenants, and you'd be surprised how quickly you find people. All right. So as always, thank you again. Keep on subscribing to the channel. Keep on liking the videos. And thank you for all the feedback I've gotten too. I've had people ask me questions about hey, talk about this, talk about that. So keep on doing that for me. Greatly appreciate it. All right. So as always, if you're watching on Instagram, you can find me on YouTube at Ultra Kellen Real Estate. And if you're watching on Instagram, you can find me on YouTube. All right, guys. So thank you again.